Hi, I'm Niall Heaney from Gulfstream Boat Sales. This is a 2021 Jeanneau Mary Fisher 795 Marlin. It is fitted with a Yamaha 200 horsepower 4-stroke outboard. It has only got 68 hours on the clock. It presents just like a new boat, and we have just got it in for sale. I'm going to take a walk around the boat now to show you the condition that this one's in, show you all the features inside it, and hopefully help you to figure out whether it might be the right boat for you. This has to be one of the best spec examples of the 795 Marlin out there. It seems to have had literally every box ticked on the options list. So that's including Garmin electronics pack, bow thruster, a cabin heater, a Webasto cabin heater. It's a 3-door variant. It has all the fold-out seats in the cockpit. It has an anchor windlass, wash down, live wells, bait wells, even down to a 2021 twin axle trailer. So it literally has everything on it that you could want. This boat was first sold and delivered in May of 2021. And as I said, it only has 68 hours on the clock. So it's basically like brand new. Very little to distinguish this boat from a brand new one. But let's take a walk around now and show you exactly what we have on offer here. The Mary Fisher 795 Marlin is around 25 foot long with a beam of 9 foot 2 inches. It's this is like the serious sort of offshore fishing version of the Mary Fisher 795 Marlin. So she's got the central wheelhouse with deep recessed side decks up both port and starboard side, huge big aft cockpit, but it also does have some nice accommodation in there, little galley, fridge, cabin heating and all that sort of stuff. So it is a good all-rounder. And condition-wise, this one is, as you would expect, being only a year old and 68 hours, it's mint. So beautiful bright white gel coat on her. We've got the aluminium rub rail with PVC, black PVC insert, nice high bow rails, guardrails all the way around the bow of the boat. We've got like a metallic sort of grey or anthracite boot stripe. This one has been anti-fouled in black anti-foil. You see got the side power bow thruster on there as well. But walking down along the port side of the hull, everything is in immaculate condition. She's got the midships cleats as well as fore and aft cleats. They are listed on the build spec, so I think they might be an option. And then the big Marlin graphic, which also is in perfect condition. Rub rail all the way to the stern corner on the port side is perfect. Swim platform corner on this side is perfect. A couple of very minor little chips on the bottom edge of this platform. But they are super minor, maybe caused from, I don't know, strapping her down or something, but we could fill those in if you wanted to. But other than that, the rest of the port side of the hull is blemish free. Inside profile, I think it's a really mean looking boat. She's very purposeful looking with that reverse sort of rake to the forward windscreen and the overhang at the front, as well as the overhang and rod holders at the back of the wheelhouse. And then the black glass inserts, full glass screens with the black panels. She really does look smart, like an explorer sort of stylist. It's sort of trend towards this style of boat. There's lots of them around now with, you've got Axopowers and Parkers. Some of the Parker models are like this. The Beneteau, Barracudas are like this as well. So really nice design and very fresh, modern and mean looking. Taking a look at the starboard side of the hull, again, it's in immaculate condition. Rub rails unmarked. Nice stainless steel anchor roller is all in perfect condition. Spade type style anchor. Rub rail up there is perfect. Coming down along the starboard side, there are no blemishes anywhere in the hull. The rub rails look good. All the pinstriping is in perfect condition, as is the big Marlin graphic back here. You've got your Webasto heater outlet, diesel heater exhaust there. We've got the midships cleat on this side, as well as the fore and aft cleats. Rub rail's perfect all the way back. Swim platform is in good condition. There is a wee slight repair has been done here, so this little corner has been caught at some point. You might struggle to see it in the camera, but it's a wee previous repair has been done there, where it's obviously just had a wee knock at that swim platform. But other than that, the rest of that starboard side is immaculate. You've also got your deck drains, your deck scuppers here on both the port and starboard side at the back end. So any water finds its way onto the deck will drain out through those scuppers. We've given the anti-fouling paint a wee fresh coat around the waterline as well, just to have it looking super smart. There is one other wee slight bruise on the gel coat that I wanted to point out, just up at the trailer roller, or the bow snubber I should say. So it's obviously just caught the trailer here at that point. Now you can sort of see this my little finger, so it's probably about 1.5 inches long. Just one wee little chip in the gel, way above the waterline, so nothing to worry about structurally, but if you want that taken care of cosmetically, we could fill that in. But I mean, one of the main reasons I do shoot these videos is if you're looking at this boat from a distance, and you're coming to see it, you're traveling, you're taking time out of your schedule and you're traveling a distance to come and see it, I don't want you to be disappointed. So it's not a brand new boat, it is a year old. So sometimes you do get little bits and pieces like that, but just want to show you exactly her condition, warts and all. But other than that, and the wee little previous repair on the swim platform at the back, I can see nothing else wrong with the exterior of this hull. So this trailer is also included in the advertised asking price. So it's a twin axle Indespension bunked road trailer. So it's on carpeted bunks with the keel rollers. So keel rollers and carpeted bunks. So it means it's very secure whenever you get it on the trailer. They're much more secure. I actually prefer this type of trailer to roller coasters because it means that the boat won't move around as much in the trailer. So it's a bit safer for transporting on the road. And it's in perfect condition. Was supplied with the boat last year, 2021. I towed the boat probably 40 miles from where we collected it, and it towed perfectly. Brakes are working, lights are working, the tailboard's all with it. So that is and if you were to buy one of these trailers brand new today, you'd be looking at spending, I don't know, something like £7,000, £7,500. So the fact that's included in the asking price is a big bonus. So taking a look at the stern of the boat, you get a sense of the beam. So at 9'2", she is quite broad. It's going to make her nice and stable in the water. She's a proper deep V hull on her. So nice, pretty aggressive V angle carried all the way to the transom. And we have our deck scuppers, which we looked at earlier. A couple of D-rings for tying her down onto the trailer. All the through bolts mounting the platforms on look to be in very good condition. We've got a transducer for the Garmin Chartplotter Fishfinder mounted back there in good condition. And then we have this Yamaha 200 horsepower 4-stroke outboard. So brand new 2021, 68 hours currently on the clock. The cowling is in perfect condition, as is all the paintwork, as is the skeg. It's got a 3-blade stainless steel Yamaha Reliance series prop, which is 14.5-inch pitch, a 15-inch diameter prop, and it's in perfect condition. Haven't had a chance to get this boat on the water yet, but we will in the near future. We will show you exactly how it performs underway, but nice power package, like new, barely even running with only 68 hours on the clock. As well as that, this boat has the extended swim platforms and port and starboard side laid in real teak. It has a folding 4-step stainless steel bathing ladder, so if you're swimming off the back of the boat, you can easily get into the water. You've got this nice high handrail for climbing in and out as well, and a huge area. We'll take a closer look now when we step up on board, but a huge big area across the transom for doing water sports, or even if this boat has enough power on tap to pull, kids on water toys and stuff like that as well, if you wanted to do a bit of that. But yeah, let's hop on board and have a look around now. So stepping on board, we get the Jeanneau badge here. We can push this, there's like a bait table across this center section of the transom. You can slide that forward and the way it is now, and that gives you much more access across the back of the boat, so you can easily walk across. This is all molded non-skid fiberglass, so you can easily step across the back of the boat. And it also means you can trim that outboard fully up out of the water, so you can keep the prop and skeg totally out of the water. One of the big benefits of having an outboard powered boat is you can store the engine totally out of the water. Means they have much more reliable, much less maintenance to do to them. And yeah, there's a big trend towards outboard engines at the moment. So stepping across here, this is just a fish prep area. You can also fold this up as well, which gives even more clearance for trimming the engine up. That actually means if the bench is back, I think you can still trim the engine up by just opening that up. Lifts up on 2 wee stainless struts, gas struts. So that's bait prep, cup holders, handrail there. You've got a live well here as well on the port side. You can obviously access all of this from inside the boat as well. Recessed rod holders on port and starboard side. And then you've got your torpedo tubes up here with another bunch of anodized black rod holders at the wheelhouse. So stepping over here, we have our fuel fill point. On the deck, it's important to make sure that you keep that tightly closed because of the position of it, but that's where your fuel, it's easy to get to, and you can work easily with jerry cans and stuff like that if you're filling it from a can. And we've got this little opening door giving you access into the cockpit. So just before we go in there, we're going to slide this back to give us our full room, full space in the cockpit. And take a look around here now. From this angle at the transom, you can see just how much room you have to move forward on this boat. Huge big recessed side decks on the port and starboard side. The starboard side is slightly wider so that there's easier access up to the helm station via the sliding glass door at the helm seat. And then you've also got another sliding side door at the port side too. So this is the 3-door model, so sliding doors either side, and then this triple pane sliding door at the back as well. So a huge bit of cockpit space. So stepping in here, we have a little pull-out transom shower down there, manual bilge pump beside it. This boat has all the fold-out cockpit seats. So you can see they fold up like this, and then they very simply fold down, and you've got filler cushions that go on top of them. We've all the cushions there, the rest of the cushions are in there. So you fold out the seats, and you've got a lovely U-shaped seating area back here. This boat also has the optional cockpit table, so you can set the table up in here. Means you can have sit around, have a few drinks, or have a picnic on board in this huge cockpit area back here. Let me just go get the table and set that up here a wee second. So the cockpit table is a nice size, nice big table. You can sit on any of these benches and reach it, but you still also have room to get in and out, you know, even with the table in position. We have this nice upholstered backrest on this rear seat as well. So you can sit here, nice backrest. You've got room to seat at least 4 adults around this table in comfort, set it at a nice height. And you can have all this set up whenever the boat's underway as well. So if you're just out on a sightseeing trip with the kids, you're not fishing, just taking like a day trip, you can set all the seats up, table up, and you'll actually get a good bit of protection from the wind as well from the wheelhouse. There is also obviously seats in the wheelhouse, but there's a pile more seating out here. Let's start folding things away. Well, actually, there's one other thing I want to show you that this boat has. So let me drop the table a second. So with the table out of the way, you can see that this boat also has this optional seat box. So this is you'll notice here, if we take this seat cushion away, this is a removable storage box. So storage underneath, it's screwed in with these 2 thumb screws, the 2 black thumb screws in the floor. And the reason behind this is that if you want to remove that and totally clear the deck for fishing, you can do so. So you can just unscrew the box, put it in the cabin or leave it at home, fold all these seats up out of the way, and you've got a totally clear deck back here for fishing. But similarly, if you want to do a bit of sun lounging on the boat, you can actually unscrew this box, screw it in these positions here. See these 2 positions here? So you can screw the box in there, and then there's actually another fold-out seat in behind the box, just the same as these ones. So you can fold that out, and then you've got another filler cushion. So that cushion goes on top of the box. This cushion goes here, and you end up with a big sun pad. I'm sort of trying to explain this in such a way that it means I don't have to do this, but I don't think I did a good job. So I'm going to just move the box and show you how it works. 2 seconds. Okay, here we go. So the box is out in the front position. This fold-down seat has been folded out. You can see my validers haven't gone to the trouble of moving that box. It needs a bit of a clean underneath there, but you can see the deck scuppers down in the corners as well. So that seat folds out. The box moves forward. You put that cushion on top of the seat box, and then you put this cushion on the fold-out seat. And hey presto, you have a full width sun lounger back there. So if you are taking, just going out for a nice day trip on a sunny day in the summer, you can turn this whole aft end of the cockpit into a sun lounger as well. So really versatile boat this. There's lots, as we go through it, you're going to see there's lots of little clever wee features like this, where they really are trying to make the absolute best use of the space on board and sort of make this a boat that does everything. Okay, with the table put away, the filler cushions put away, you can then just fold these seats up. They fold flush against the gunnel. Very simply as well, no fuss or anything, just chuck the cushions in the cabin, fold those up, and you got a totally clear deck. And you can, as I said, just take that box out completely if you want to, and you've got a full open area at the back end of the boat for fishing. All molded non-skid, self-bailing decks, piles of storage underneath as well, and easy access to your chopping board here, your live well here, cup holders, all that sort of stuff. Bit of service access down in there. We have storage underneath this locker on the port side. These are all lockable as well, so if you do have valuables or gear that you want to keep safe, you can lock these closed. Nice big rubber seals on the lids, so you shouldn't really get any water down in there. Battery boxes stored on this side, and room to store extra odds and ends. We have a huge big storage locker in the center of the floor. Lifts up on 2 gas struts. Again, nice big rubber seal to keep the compartment nice and dry. So big bit of storage here. On some earlier models, I was noticing online, they have their batteries in here, which really does make this a pretty useless sort of space. But this one, they've cleared the batteries into this side locker and give you the big locker sort of clear. This one has a little diesel tank because we've got a diesel heater on board, a Webasto diesel heating system. So that's just a wee diesel tank. You can fill it from here. And it gives you heating in the cockpit. And then this is access to the fuel tank and pre-filter. So there's your fuel pre-filter, easy to get to, and your fuel tank in there as well. So nice, easy service access. And then access in here to a bilge pump. Everything is in beautiful condition, as you would expect. And then finally, we've got this locker on the starboard side. Again, it's lockable as well. And you've just got room there for storing all sorts of bits and bobs, fenders, dock lines, that sort of stuff. And you've got your actual heater unit itself lives in there. So that's your Webasto heater unit. Moving forward then, we've got this huge recessed side deck on the starboard side, which gives you really easy access up to the helm station. Handrails here, midships cleat there. We've got a filler point for water tank there, so you fill your water tank there. Everything's in beautiful condition. This lovely sliding side door, really wide side door, so you can easily dash from the helm out to the back deck if you're fishing on your own. Makes berthing the boat nice and simple as well. You've got these rod holders, these black anodized rod holders across the roof at the back, and this Mary Fisher graphic looks really smart. Nice little overhang, black panel for a contrast, overhead LED light there as well. 795 badge up along the roof line, and then two simple steps, two small steps up onto this foredeck area as well, which again, because it's a 9-foot beam on this boat and they carry the beam quite far forward, means you do have a really spacious foredeck up here. So nice little recessed seat directly in front of the windscreen. You can remove that cushion, it's molded non-skid underneath, but the kids could sit up here or something if you're just tootling along or sitting at anchor. We've got a huge big anchor locker. The top of it's laid in teak. You've got a Lumar electric anchor windlass on here with a big chain locker. You've got this pull-out remote for operating the windlass. This is all molded non-skid, any of the GRP surfaces as well, so you can board the boat over the bow through that center opening bow rails. You've got your forward cleats, nav lights up here, and then you've got another nice wide side deck down along the port side as well, slightly narrower than the starboard side, but still very easy to walk up and down there. And this boat has that optional door. We'll come and take a look at it from the other end in a minute, but windscreen looks great. 2 windscreen wipers in this boat, centrally mounted searchlight, sliding glass roof on the wheelhouse. Lots of room up here if you wanted to use it for storing, you know, paddle boards and stuff like that. You could easily strap a couple of paddle boards onto the roof here. Got a folding nav light and folding VHF antenna back there as well. This is like a little bird scare device, but you can either leave that on or we can take it off, whichever. There's little things that spin around on top of that. They are with the boat, so if you want to keep that there, you can keep it. No problem at all. And then up the port side, again, you get your handrail here. Beautiful Jeanneau badge, somber black finishes on the wheelhouse. And then this door slides open as well for another nice wide entry into the wheelhouse. Being the 3-door model, this also has another sliding glass door at the rear of the wheelhouse as well. So 3 panes of glass, beautiful anodized, I think, aluminium frame, nice black frame, and sliding nice and freely on the runners. You can then clip it open to secure it whenever you're underway, and you get a huge wide walkway into the wheelhouse. So loads of standing headroom in here. I'm about 5'10", and I've got, I don't know, there's at least another 4 inches, 5 inches above my head, so plenty of headroom. An overhead LED light. We've got speakers mounted in the roof back here. Huge glass areas all the way around, so and quite narrow pillars as well. So even at the back corners, you don't lose. There's no blind spots. You know, there's very little to restrict the visibility all the way around the boat, which is great. And yeah, just a serious sort of fishing machine, dominated by the helm station on the starboard side. You've got a navigator seat here on the port side, and you've got another little bench seat with a cushion back here behind the helm seat. So really only sort of seats for 3, although in saying that, you could very easily have another wee cushion made up to sit there. This is actually your galley for your little sink, but you could easily have another cushion made up there, so you could comfortably sit 4, and I suppose there's maybe even room there, but I think that's more a footrest area for your rear seat passenger. So you sit there, put your feet there, hold on to that handrail and look forward whenever you're underway. But there's definitely room for somebody else to perch a bum on the sink cover. So you could comfortably seat 4 in the wheelhouse whenever the boat's underway. But don't forget, you've got all this back end seating, so whenever you are out on nicer days, or you're just going tooting along for a bit of day tripping, you can carry a lot more passengers in the cockpit too. But let's take a walk around each area of the wheelhouse now and just show you exactly what we've got, because there's a bunch of options on this boat that you won't find in a lot of other models. So I just want to point those out as we go through it. So in addition to the sink here, obviously a pressurized fresh water system on this boat as well. So you get your water pumps, you can turn that tap on. You've got pressurized running water there. We also have a fridge on this boat, an isotherm 12-volt fridge. So it's brand new, looks like it's literally never been used. There's a wee ice box in there, a wee freezer box in there too. So that's a 12-volt fridge. Now, if you are staying on board this boat and you're running your fridge 24/7 and things like that, then you're going to want to plug in the Shorepower to keep the batteries topped up. And this does have a full Shorepower system. So you plug in your Shorepower lead there. The actual lead is down in here. This is your lead. You get your boxes for stuff. This is a storage compartment in here. And there's an onboard battery charger and a couple of 240-volt sockets. So here's a 240-volt socket here. So it means that you do have Shorepower. You can plug into the Shorepower in the marina, and it keeps your batteries topped up all the time. So if you're away from the boat and you've got the fridge on, you don't have to worry about it. The battery charger will keep the fridge going. And obviously, being a 12-volt fridge, you can use it whenever you're out at sea. Obviously, no problem at all. We have what's this? This is a fuel gauge for the diesel tank system. Yeah, for the diesel heater. So this is the little control panel, 7-day timer for your Webasto diesel heater. And then this is an indicator for the fuel gauge for the diesel tank that lives in there. So little small diesel tank lives in there just for running your heating system. And you can at a glance tell how much fuel you have in the tank. Where are the outlets for this heater? There's one down there at the driver's feet, and that might be it. That's possibly it. So, but listen, it's a small wheelhouse. That one outlet's going to heat the thing in no time at all. So, nice to have that. And again, I've never come across one of these boats that has that fitted. So, if you are a serious fisherman and you want to go out, you know, all year round, having the heating in the wheelhouse, it's a great job. You've got room here to set up a little camping gas stove and boil a kettle and stuff like that. You've got your sink, you've got your fridge. You know, you could easily go away for a day or two on the water and have a bit of fun. There's a waste tank on this boat as well. So this is your waste tank gauge. Shows you how much you've got in the waste tank, and then you can empty that at sea. We've got our battery isolator switches down in here. We've got that heater now blowing warm air. You can hear it running. And we have more storage and access to your fuse box in there. Onto the floor in the wheelhouse then. Look at this lovely sort of dark wood panel on the floor. Matches all the cabinets, cupboard doors. We've got more service access. So back here you got your fresh water tank and your fresh water pump. Up forward you've got, that's your little screen wash bottle, actually, that clear bottle. And the green tank is your holding tank with discharge, so you can discharge it overboard through that macerator pump. That's your toilet water intake as well, so everything's nice and easy to get to. And then you've got your battery charger mounted on the bulkhead up forward, so it's quick and easy to get it, your hardware for maintenance checks or servicing and stuff like that. The helm seat can be rotated around if you're just sitting here, you know, having a chat or whatever, or having a meal in the wheelhouse. You can rotate the two helm seats around to face each other. It's adjustable fore and aft. It's got a flip up bolster on it, so if you're standing at the helm and moving in and out of the side door, you can flip up the bolster and slide the seat back completely out of your way. And then whenever you are navigating the boat, you can flip that back down again. You get this elevated footrest here, and you get a nice comfortable seating position where you're looking straight through the center of the windshield forward. I'll walk you through the helm station briefly, but we are going to make an effort to get this boat on the water in the next week or so. So we will do a proper virtual sea trial video on it when we do that. But so you've got your remote control for your Yamaha. Hit the power button and that turns on your dash and your instruments. While we're waiting on that to power up, let's have a look at our switch gear. So we've got side power bow thruster, which is great, makes it a breeze to park the boat. You've got your navigation lights, you've got your power switch, you've got your windscreen wiper, port and starboard side. Let's just turn that, accept that buzzer. We've got a windscreen washer here, fresh water pump, and then your bilge pump as well. Stainless steel cup holder, 12-volt power sockets. This one's a USB bio. This is a traditional cigarette lighter socket. Fusion sound system on this boat as well, with the 2 speakers in the roof there. This is a full Bluetooth system, obviously, also. Great tune to play after a scary film. And we've got a Garmin 7-inch touchscreen plotter too. Fly-by-wire throttle and shift. This is your Yamaha digital engine instrument, which we'll not spend too much time on now because we will go through this in more detail on the sea trial. But for now, we just want to point out the run time. So 68 hours on the clock at the moment. But piles of engine info coming through that wee digital display, and you know, everything. Obviously, this boat being 2021 with 68 hours on it, all the controls are like brand new. Everything works perfectly, and it is a nice electronics package on it too. So full screen 7-inch touchscreen Chartplotter Fishfinder there. We got all the screen covers here for the Garmin, the Yamaha and all that stuff. Up above them we've got our Garmin VHF radio as well. We've got a controller for our searchlight on the roof, which is working perfectly, and room to mount additional electronics if you so wish. The steering compass here as well, and then those 2 big wipers keeping that screen clear. Oh, we do have another heater outlet here, which is good. So there's a second heater outlet at the windscreen, and even a third there. Sorry, should have noticed them earlier. So we've got 2 outlets at the window to keep that clear, and then you get the one down at the driver's feet doing the job of keeping the cabin warm. We storage shelf here as well for bits and bobs, and a cup holder for the passenger seat, navigator, and also a handrail there for them as well. They have the exact same seat as the helmsman, so you can flip the bolster up and gives you a clear access out the side door. But whenever you are sitting at the helm or in the seat, you've got that little footrest too, so you can sit and look over the bow when the boat's underway. Forward of the helm then, there's one step down into this little fore cabin area. So at the minute we've got like all the filler cushions for the aft cockpit fired in here. We've got the table up in here. There's a full set of fenders and dock lines going with this boat. They're all stored in here, but you can clear that stuff out and use this as a berth. Now it's a fairly compact berth, but if you're out fishing for a full day and you want to get at it again in the morning, you don't want to go home, you could quite comfortably spend the night on the boat. This little filler cushion goes in here. There's a wee panel that slots in there to support it, and then that cushion goes in there and it makes up your berth. It's sort of like, it's really a single berth or a very compact double, but it's great as a storage area for all your odds and ends. You can seat another person down in here if you want to, if you need to get another bum on a seat in the wheelhouse, if it's absolutely tipping it down outside. Somebody else, or maybe 2 people, could sit up in here. There is sitting headroom. You've got that little overhead LED light, little forward ventilation or port light for ventilation there as well. And then we've got these are just little curtains for screening off the windows if you are sleeping on board. Floor's all molded non-skid. There's storage underneath the seats. It's all in perfect condition as well. I'll just try and show you briefly. That's that wee filler panel. So everything's nice and clean and tidy in there. And finally, you've got your enclosed heads compartment, which is actually a great addition to have, because it means that if you are out for a full day's fishing, or you're staying overnight, or if you've just got all the family out for a long day trip, you've got toilet facilities on board. So a Jabsco pump out toilet empties into that holding tank, and then you can empty that overboard with the master rear pump. Access to your seacocks there, and the toilet is all in good condition, and another little port light there that opens up with a wee curtain just to screen it off for privacy, and an overhead light. So nice spacious heads compartment actually, which is very usable and great to have on a proper day boat / weekender. Condition wise, everything in here is immaculate. These cushions aren't even out of the wrapper, so they're still in the original plastic wrapping. All those fore cabin cushions, all the filler cushions are perfect. All the upholstery and internal fittings in the cabin are absolutely immaculate. The floor's perfect. Everything just looks like brand new in here. This little filler cushion or seat pad cushion out on the foredeck is also still in the original wrapper. So yeah, condition wise, pretty much everything in this boat, bar those like 2 little minor bruises on the gel coat outside, everything else on the boat looks just like brand new as I've been going through it. So real nice example in that regard, and having only done 68 hours, you would expect it's just like a new boat. One last thing to show you at the helm position then is this sliding roof section too. So you just flip that back, it slides easily on the runners, and then you can open up the roof. So if you've got both side doors opened, the roof open and the rear doors open, you might as well be on an open boat. You'll get a pile of air flowing through it, yeah, you'll sort of have the experience of running basically an open boat. But like I said, if you're out at this time of the year, we're shooting this video in late September, and you want to keep fishing all the way through the winter, then just close everything up. Everything slides nicely. You can lock those doors closed. You've still got fabulous visibility, even with the back door closed. You're fully enclosed, you're safe and sound and dry. turn on the Webasto heater and you could be running along in your shorts and t-shirts at any time of the year. So that's the benefit of having the fully enclosed wheelhouse. It means that you can keep using the boat all year round, and it's ideal for our climate here in the northwestern part of Europe. So there you go, that's our 2021 Jeanneau Merryfisher 795 Marlin. This has got to be one of the best spec examples of this boat around. I certainly haven't seen another with as many optional extras. It has literally everything you could want. The heating system's a big bonus. The fact that it has that onboard cabin heater. She's got the fridge, it has the Garmin electronics pack, it has the anchor windlass, it has the bow thruster, it has all the seat cushions out in the aft cockpit, including that removable GRP box that doubles up then as a sun lounger. It has the remote control searchlight, the extended swim platforms, and even that twin axle Indespension trailer. So all in all, it's a fabulous package. It's in like new condition. There's very little to distinguish this boat from new. We have all the original owner's pack with it as well, all the original sale documentations with it. So it's like a brand new boat. It's immediately available for sale. We can help you to arrange transport to your home, port or marina. We can also do a part exchange on this boat. And yeah, it's very seriously for sale. So if you've any interest in it, if you want to come and see the boat, if you want to arrange a viewing, if you want to arrange a sea trial or a survey, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Just send me an email to sales@gulfstreamshop.com or give me a call on the number at the top of our website, or fill out the callback request form on this page of our site and I will contact you at a time that's convenient. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video. I really hope you find it useful. If you are researching this model, I think it's currently called, for 2022 or 2023, they've renamed it the Merryfisher 795 Sport, but it is the exact same boat. The Marlin and the Sport, basically the same boat. Maybe a couple of minor changes for 2022, but yeah, this one is immediately available for sale, represents a great saving against the price of a new one, and it is in just like new condition. So thanks for watching again, and I hope you enjoyed it.